Ubuntu is so broken. Kind of. Okay. More to do. Whack-a-mole. I was thinking of maybe just going through in order. Final section isn't being added to AST. So right now, at the end of the AST, there is a blank section after rules, which would be because of wing conditions, but there isn't a section for levels, which there should be. I did look at this before. This is some code I haven't looked at for a while. Where would it be? Parser. Yeah. Something I really don't like in Rust is the fact that like parser.rs is the main file for the parser module, but the parser module is like a directory that's up here, and so this I don't like it. It's weird. Anyway. What are you saying, YouTube? YouTube is not receiving enough video. What are you on about? Stream status poor. Why is it poor? Seems fine to me. Okay, so how's this implemented? It's been a while since I've looked here. So the parser, effectively, we have current section content, which we initialize to be the prelude, or the prelude. Because that doesn't have like a header at the start, so we just assume we're already in that section. Yeah. I've lost it. Parser. So then while there is stuff to read, we pass white space. If we're at a new line, we just skip through that and then we get back to the start and we pass white space. If we're at a new line, we skip and we just keep doing that loop until we're not at a new line after passing some white space. Maybe we're at a separator. Separators being the lines of equals here. Turn the music down a little bit. So until we're at the separator, so if we get a separator, we do pass it, and I don't really have a reason to add it to my AST, but I do. And then, if we haven't hit a parser, then maybe we found a section name. So we try and pass section header. I think that's just in this file somewhere. Yeah. Which is basically just saying, do we find one of our section header keywords? If we do, then expect there to be nothing after the section header, and return the section name. I've got some bad naming here, but whatever. So then if we do have one, then we assume we're going to a new section. So we push the previous section in. And so yeah, the issue is that basically after the loop, that doesn't happen because we don't hit another header. Now the simple way to deal with that is just throw this at the end. However, I would like to find a nicer way of doing that. So we have what do we have? Okay, so we have a section content at the top, and we're only pushing it into the thing. I mean, so one option would be to not do it like that, always push it in. Always push it into the list of sections right when we create it, I guess, is an option. But still, I would be duplicating this. I kind of want to avoid duplicating this. How would I do that? So I want this to happen. Hello, Super Uniform. Welcome. The annoying thing is that there is kind of a special case here, and I mean there is a special case in that the preload option does not have a header. Terrible YouTube. I wonder how it decides whether to send people a notification. I mean there's also a thing where like notifications on, like if I get comments on my videos, I don't always get notified about them as well. Which makes sense if there were loads, but there aren't loads, so I do occasionally have to check my, like in the YouTube Studio dashboard, there's a way of checking comments that I haven't replied to or whatever, and I sometimes check that. What video did I do today? Was it Soccer Brawn Day? Yeah, okay. The funny thing is that will also never happen. Well, except actually I think I maybe have made it so that where does that come from? Section header. I think it's just in here. Section header. Yeah. So actually, I've made it so it's possible to add a header, like, and it'll do that section. You thought Soccer Brawn was going to be 5 parts max thing, but you've played Shackle. You know what to expect from a Stephen J. Miller game. I'm gonna turn this music down a bit. Okay. It's not much longer, though. I mean, it's not nearly as long as Shackle, I don't think. I can't remember how long Shackle was, but I think it's a lot shorter. I've finished recording Soccer Brawn and playing it. I am all done. Okay. What approach do I want to take? I could do the simple thing. Now the funny thing is I also don't get, like, this is kind of silly. I get section node. So I don't actually put the header in there. Why do I not do that? Is there a good reason? What is that? What's the type of that? Section node. It's a keyword node with section header. Yes, that is literally exactly what that is, I believe. So why would I not do this? Oh, because that's the next section name, not the previous one. Right. I mean, there was a very simple way to deal with this, which is to have a, okay, let's do it the simple way and then see if I want to tidy up afterwards. Current section header, which is going to be an option with an AST keyword node, source, AST, what's it called? Section header. Wow, my live streams are so popular these days. And that is going to be none to begin with. Okay. Yeah, it doesn't need to be mutable because I'm not using it yet. Correct. Then we have, like, what I could do instead is like current section node. That'd be the first thing to clean up, but okay. Current section header is going to be next section name. You can tell the names are bad. Oh yeah, okay, so some. And then we're going to use that here. Yeah, that works. But then what I would have to do is put this code, duplicate this down here. So this will fix the to-do, but it's not necessarily the way I want it to be done. So I should end up with 2 empty sections at the bottom of my AST when this finishes running. Yeah, I do. Oh yeah, okay. Keyword, when conditions, cool. So let animal play alone and stream dev streams only. Poor animal, or poor aminal, sorry. Don't want to play Escape Sim by yourself. Okay, you go do that super uniform. I'll just do dev streams. Do you do any programming super uniform? Should I change this? Okay, well, so yeah, let's do the very simple thing that I said I could do, which is say that this is actually a section node. Don't do programming, but I have some ideas about it. As in, you're interested, you would like to try it? Let me see that, section node. So this will be none, and then this will be this contents. You should give it a go. Usual ways of starting are like to make websites or something, or you could learn like Python or something. Or you could learn to make games. You could learn puzzle scripts. Do you know puzzle scripts? This is going to move. Wait, what? Okay. Well, it didn't move. Okay. I'm actually surprised that there's no issues here. Yes, okay, it is moved. Puzzle game that will be an abomination could be featured in your vids. Okay, cool, yeah. You have to make a few abominations before you make something good. Do you want to see my first puzzle script game? It's in Pedro PSI Puzzle Script Games list. I had completely forgotten about it. Not in the selected list. There's like a separate list of just like all games, right, or something. So Pedro's website is extremely hard to navigate. I mean, maybe it is here. So some of my stuff's here. And Last Fantastic Adventures here, which I'm more proud of, but is more recent. Where's the the big old list of games? How do I get there? No, not like that. This website, it's just completely not possible to find your way around. What is this? Now there's just loads of puzzles. Projects? Whose projects? Your projects? Puzzle script system and ecosystem. Game tools. Puzzle script games database. Here we go. Okay. It is a maze. Wait, did I just search something or not? Joseph. So 2013 I made a couple of things. Here you go, here's my first one. Bombs away. Avoid the bombs to get to the goal. So this is, I did not know anything about making puzzle games at the time. It's not even a puzzle game. Avoid the bombs to get to the goal. Press X to place a ladder. When already on the ladder, X places the ladder to the side. For an extra challenge, collect the gold coin in each level. Level 1. Oh, this is painful. So bombs drop from the sky every... I think it might be random, and like there's like a shadow you can see on the floor that's like moving left and right, and that moves randomly. So the shadow will drop bombs after a certain number of turns or whatever. And I gotta avoid them. This is painful. I have to get to the thing. Level 2. Okay. Oh look, there's 2 shadows now. You gotta watch out for the shadows dropping bombs. But they're random, so good luck. Oh no. Okay, this is actually dangerous. Get out of the way. Okay. Let's go underneath. And look, the ground has like 2 states. It goes brown when it's... Oh no! Oh no! Wait, you don't even die! What? How does that make sense? I just got my head on the head of the bomb. I'm fine. Anyway, oh look, oh this one, you just have to wait for the bombs to break through the ground. Oh gosh, I'm like... 11 years ago me was a terrible designer. The other one I made, a little bit better, but like slightly cringy story going on. Mine all diamonds to receive. Each level has 1 secret gold. I'll bring her around. What could that mean? And then it's just like really dark. It's really dark and you can't see anything. It was sort of meant to be, but like it doesn't make sense from a actual making a playable game perspective. You really do learn things in your life, don't you? Like, you know, it actually matters that the player can see the game. So the way this game works is you're in a mine, and your head torch will highlight diamonds that can be collected, and otherwise they're not visible. So you can't know where the diamonds are until you've like passed near them and seen them through your headlight. And so I know there's one up there, so we have to go up here, and you have to go and break it, and then you collect the diamonds. And then there are little secret passages. I 100% know what I was channeling here. I was channeling Jetpack, the like MS-DOS game. So there's a diamond there, but there's also gold through the secret passage. Look at that, some gold, sweet. Oh, and that opened the door to level 2. Did I just miss? I think I might have missed stuff though. Are there not like other secret passages? Maybe not actually. I just can't see? Oh, I guess there aren't. Anyway. There's my first puzzle script games. Not my first games. I did make some games when I was a teenager in Game Maker, but I don't think they exist anywhere anymore. But judging by how bad those were, you can imagine how bad the ones before were. Wait, what is rap? I don't remember what this is at all. Oh, okay, it's like a maze that raps. Okay. Did I make this? Like, I vaguely recall this existing. I don't remember me being the one who made it. Oh. Oh, is that like a portal? What did I just do? I don't know. Yeah, okay. Oh, did I go the wrong way? I bet I did. Yeah. So I need to go... Wait, down. There we go! I guess I made one vaguely interesting game in 2013, and then I did nothing until... Well, my other games aren't listed here. I wonder why. But then I didn't really do anything until... Well, then I did... If I go to my... Because they're not on here. I think they're not playable anymore. But like... Well, yeah, in fact I removed them because the links were broken. But I made actually... What I think was a neat game that I kind of want to go back to the idea of. I mean, I can't even find it. That is the one, but I think the links will be broken. Yeah. Because like Lud & Dare changed their website well, not recently, a few years ago. And just lost everything and broke all the old links. Ugh. What is this? I'll try and recover it at some point, but yeah, we made a game called Generation Dead Beef where you can... it's a grid-based puzzle game, and you can see the hex values of the level. So like the level is like a 2D grid of hex values, so like, well, I guess like just numbers. And each number represents like, is it a floor, is it a wall, or whatever, and you can see that information as numbers, and you have tools that let you manipulate the numbers to change the level, and then you try and get to the end point of the level. And then sometime after that I made the Elastic Fantastic Adventure, I guess, and I'm Too Big for the Target, and Oh No, Wrong Room, and organised Fair Confusion, but there was a lot of work went into organising that. But I'm proud of all these. These ones I'm proud of. Anyway, that was enough. Anyway, yes, basically the moral is make bad games until you make good games. That's what I recommend. So yeah, the annoying thing here is that this is getting moved, and it's not copy, I don't think, or not clone. section node. It's not. It could be. Do I want it to be? Sure. Teaching while making. Oh, this coffee's made my stomach really gurgly. Use of, okay. So yeah, in a sense this was better before, but yeah, I could quite easily do like probably a lot of these should be clone copy. I mean, if I just do yeah, because keyword node isn't copy. Do I want to do this? I mean, why not? These are all like really small types. And potentially I should have done it on all the others. Maybe. Or some of them. Maybe I should just make them clone. Keyword node is in generic. I mean, yes, accept that. Thank you. And section content nodes. No, actually this could be quite tricky. Okay, no, I'm aborting that actually. What do I want to do instead? Because I could do this. I think this would end up being fine. Content. Because then I'm only moving. Oh, what's wrong? Oh, and then. Yeah, that ends up being fine. Okay. That'll do for now. So that's TODO is no longer true. However, I'm still not super pleased with this code. I guess the other way to get started with making games is to do like level editor stuff, like Babba's U puzzles. So yeah, why am I not happy with this? Well, because I'm duplicating that, and so to avoid duplicating that, I'd have to have this somehow work regardless of whether, basically I would need this to return prelude in a particular situation. But I don't want it to actually be a header, so not really. I mean, this is doable, isn't it? What happens when you put the recycling bin in a recycling bin shortcut? Just deletes the whole computer, like physically. Just disappears. And you and everything around you just all gets swallowed up. It makes a black hole. How do I want to do this? So right now I'm like looping around. If I see a section thing, then I add the previous section to a thing, and then like an alternative way to deal with this is to push Okay, so let's say I'm doing this a different way round. Let's say I make this original section node and I immediately push it, because I mean it's going to be there anyway. So I do push current section node. And then remind me, is there any way... Does push return anything? No. Oh my gosh, I hate people who answer Rust questions online. They always have the worst answers to stuff. Yeah, I guess what I'd have to do is do like let Okay, so what I'd actually do is this. Okay. That'd be all that, which is kind of horrendous. Okay. Okay, so then we get that. I mean, I'm still going to have like... This just feels untidy in another way. That's the problem with all these to-do items that I want to squash, is that they're all things I put off because I was like, oh, I want to do it in a tidy way, and the tidy way feels kind of annoying. And so basically now I just have a bunch of annoying problems ahead of me. I mean, I could easily... no. Maybe I'm overcomplicating it, it's fine as it is. Okay, so the to-do item's done. The to-do item's done. Let's just go back to how it was. Without this. That was working, right? Current section node. We just push one at the end, that's fine. Yeah, whatever. It fixes the to-do. Let's just commit it. Push. It's funny how quiet the hiding spot music is. It's incredibly quiet. It's also funny how you can tell the Bonfire Peaks music is like, it's like the hiding spot music, but with a little more going on. So another question I could answer is like, so next section name. It's kind of odd for these to be that way around. So let me do that and then, oh no, can I not? Oh right, yeah, okay. Interesting. That's fine. Like, basically, could this just pass out the section as a whole? Not really. But it could pass out the section without any, like with empty content. Why not, right? Just would be a little bit weird. Yeah, no, I think I'm going to leave it as it is. Okay, cool. Well, we got rid of the to-do. That'll do. So that, I think I'm actually going to get rid of that to-do without doing it, because I don't think I actually need to do it. I mean, I'll do it if I ever need it. Right now, I don't need it. In fact, I might do the opposite right now and just remove spans that I've put on stuff that don't need them. Let's just have a look for spans that don't need to be there. Put this search for pub span. That's all good. Maybe there aren't any. Maybe I already removed them all. Pub span. I think there should be some. I think they might all be in. Ooh, here we go. Here's one. Yeah, you can go. Okay. That'll probably cause some errors somewhere, but it's fine. Okay, they're all fine. I'm almost certain there aren't any here. They're bad. No, all good. And there's none here. Oh gosh. Filter span. Apparently there's none there. Okay. So I just removed it in that code. So yeah, there's just this issue. That's fine. Get rid of you. In fact, that's going to simplify this a lot. I think I no longer need to keep track of any of this stuff. Byte length, end position. Start position probably isn't needed now. And remaining? Yeah, none of that's needed now. I can all go. Cool, well that simplified that. Then we can get rid of that to-do item, okay. Remove unnecessary spam fields from AST nodes. I might add that back at some point, but for now I don't actually need it. And that was effectively each AST node stores, like even if it's like high up in the tree of AST nodes, it stores a slice of the source code representing that the entire chunk of the source code that represents like the rule pattern, or like for example an entire section like the collision layers section. But to actually end up implementing that, it would be like for every single AST node, it'd be quite a pain. It would be kind of useful in the sense that I can like say, given an AST node, like in theory it's useful. I just don't know if I have an actual practical use case for it. But like given an AST node, just print out the source corresponding to it. But the reality is, I only really ever need to know for like leaf nodes what the source is, and I'm storing a span for every leaf node, so it's fine. Okay, so what was the next one? There was another one at the top of this file. Create nodes for object synonyms, object palette. Okay. Why so? Ah, yeah, okay. I'm not sure I fully agree with myself here. I think I don't agree with myself. Did I commit that stuff? Oh. Yes, it is. I don't need to create an AST node for every, like, basically property of a, like, what I was thinking is that here it's kind of weird that for an object, it says object name, target, and then list. I'm like, what are those lists? But then I think the problem there is really the fact that when I'm printing out the AST node, I don't print out the name of the field. And actually, object name probably shouldn't be object name. There probably doesn't need to be a dedicated object name AST node. It could just be an identifier or something. Kind of undecided. No, I'm not undecided. That is the way you would do that. Like, object name doesn't need to be a special AST node. Like, what's the decision around whether something should have a dedicated AST node or not? If it needs to... If there are some like dedicated semantics for that particular thing, like what? So why does like object deserve an AST node? Well, because it has a bunch of things in it that are like specific to an object. Like I need to know the structure of an object and all the nodes that are below it. That's not true for object name. Yeah, I think I should, once again, this to-do item, I think I'm going to do the opposite. So we're going to get rid of you. potentially, should we do it now? So object name node, do we just get rid of you and replace it with like an identifier node, which I don't have yet. Because when I, okay, so how do I even pass an object name node? Object name. I do pass identifier. Yeah, this feels silly. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take object name node out. Possibly the same with object synonym. We'll figure that out in a second. You're going to become an identifier node. So the only potential thing that's going to catch me out here is the fact that like, do I know that all places where I would have identifiers are always the same set of possible characters? I don't know. But whatever. I'll figure that out later. So if an identifier node, which doesn't exist. It will exist though. We'll do it in generic. I need a better file name for generic because it's a bit terrible. Whatever, identify nodes. It probably should just be tokens because like all the parsing stuff for tokens is like all the parsing stuff for lists and keywords and identifiers is in my tokens parser, so this should probably just be tokens as well. Okay. Identifier. Cool. And over here we're gonna put identifier nodes. Cool. Then in tokens, this is going to break so much stuff. I'm going to have to go through and fix them all, but that's good because it will force me to use the thing that I want to use. Where is parse? Oh, it's at the top, isn't it? Parse identifier. Yep. So this is going to return an identifier node. So we parse matching and we do identifier node. Ooh. So wait, parse matching returns a source span. So no, what we can do is map span to identify nodes. So I can tidy this up a little bit as well while I'm here. Identify nodes. Okay. Okay, cool. That's just going to have caused millions of errors everywhere. Or not. Oh, well, not in these files, it'll be in these files. But I still haven't found one. Where are these millions of errors? Here we go, I found some errors. Woohoo. It's fine, we'll do them one at a time. So here, we were expecting one. So that doesn't exist anymore, that's true. Can't apply to struct variants, yep, that's true. So object name is now an identifier, and so I can just literally just do object name here. Yep. Okay, that was object. So same here. So we pass the identifier to get the prelude option, that makes sense. So up here, if for an option, we're not going to have a special node for you. This is nice because I'm just going to get rid of a bunch of node, like AST node types that don't really need to exist. Doing some baby bun hunting. Realized never made the two bunnies in E12. Oh, as in there were two bunnies just in the same room as each other and you never paired them up. Terrible. So did you fill the column? Did you fill the central column in the room? I guess I still, yeah, it's funny that it's one of the few games where I haven't actually 100%ed it. I mean, I guess I have 100%ed it, but I haven't really 100%ed it. And so it's one of the few games where there's specifically something I know will happen if I were to do something, i.e. that hole in that room, but I have no idea what's, like, I've not done that. Like, there's like a specific objective that I've specifically said I'm not gonna do. There aren't many games where I've done that. It was just too much. Do I feel good about this change I'm making? I don't know. Let's continue. I think I do. If I were to do this, yeah, it does like not what I'd want to do. So what's this going to look like over here? Okay, this is fine. This is fine. So then here, option name. Once again, we can just do boop. Perfect. Okay, where next? Legend? Yep. Legend item value reference node. What a name. Legend item value reference node. Which is now just going to be an identifier. Oh gosh. It's alright, I can always revert if I feel this is bad. But no, I feel like this is good. Because the fact that the thing above it is the legend item value node of type reference tells me it's already that thing. I don't need a special node. The thing below it is just an identifier. Yes, that feels good. Of course, it doesn't exist. And then we go to the legend, and we go identify. Cool. Oh, identifier. You caught a bunny. Just a normal bunny, unstacked. Is this what I want? What am I doing? Conjunction nodes. Yeah, I see. Yeah, because I'm basically converting it. Yeah, that's fine. All right. That is what I want. What comes after that? Collision layers? Do you have any errors? No, you don't have any errors. Rules. You're going to have some errors, aren't you? Maybe? Yeah. Object reference nodes. So once again, this can go. Be replaced with a identify node. Okay. Okay, so that's done. So then rules. Oh, there's errors down there. So I think I can just now do this. And then here, command name. Where does that end up going? Rule command name node. Yeah, sure. So once again, that could be an identifier node. This is nice, I'm simplifying my AST. Command name. What was I doing? Rules, okay. Rules is fine. Sounds? Sound fine, sounds not fine. Right, of course. Because a sound object trigger name node is also just the reference to, it's just an identifier that represents an object name. Identifier node. Oh, no, not that, hold on. No, yes, that. Just down here, okay. Well done, super uniform. Now what? Well, no, don't tell me now what. I don't want to know. Spoilers. Did you use a guide to help you get them? Nothing happened. Sure. You didn't use a guide. Don't believe you. Sorry, no, I do believe you. Of course I believe you. Oh, isn't that so much nicer? Object name is object name. That's how you'd expect that to be written. So that was sounds. That's fine. White space should be fine. Collision layers is fine. That might be everything. Yeah, that was everything. So now, up in here, anytime we have identifiers, they're just identifiers. Yes, identifier wall. Cool. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Nice. So there's an update coming out soon, isn't there? Wait, there was an update already? Oh, actually, I remember hearing about this, actually. A new secret bunny late mechanic was introduced. Rework the bunny counter so releasing bunnies feels less like losing progress. I'm curious, how does that work? What's changed there? Does it just not go down? Or does it show you both like the total you've captured and also the amount you've actually captured? Added new secret mechanic. But it didn't, when you released the bunnies, it didn't make your percentage go back down, right? No, it kept you the same percentage, I'm pretty sure. There's a secret mechanic, look. Added new secret mechanic. I'm not going to hover over it because that would be spoilers. But it says like the mechanic will be fully exploited in the Unspeakable Depths update. In the meantime, you may find use for it to make new babies, question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark. Community assets. Shall we see the discussion? Super Uniform, are you sending me spoilers on Discord? I don't want spoilers. I don't want to know what happens when you get all the baby buns. Delete that message. If it is a spoiler. Did I finish what I was doing? I think I did finish what I was doing. There were other things that are similar to it though, like the values for these they're not identifiers, but they're just kind of strings. String value is maybe how I'll put it. And then there are other things that are a bit like that. Object synonyms are basically identifiers, aren't they? No, they're not identifiers. They're a bit different. Because they can have... Actually, so that's kind of curious. So in fact, let me use the other window. So in puzzle script. Oh no, not that. Oh, I see. Okay, thanks. So like, for example, so like, yeah, you can do like anything over there. Does that, what will that do in terms of, can I reference that down here? If I did, what if I did this? No. So synonyms can be, if I do this, they can be multiple characters, right? I need to double check a few things. That'll still compile, yes. And they can have other characters in them, but that is how you basically define other legend items. Because like the things at the beginning of a legend can have symbols. But I can't then use, okay, I shouldn't have used that. I should have used, if I did B, that'll be fine, right? I can do B. That is totally fine. But if I do, I did a different symbol that I haven't used yet. Ampersand. I'm gonna put ampersand there. Is that fine? That's not fine. Puzzle script makes no sense. But yes, the things over here have to be identifiers, i.e. like a valid, like proper name for an object. And even though you can put things like this over here, this actually isn't useful anywhere, as far as I can tell. It's not useful over here. It's not useful as like a legend like key, because I can't type it into the level. I wonder if you can use it in, so if I do this, so background and then and. So I can do this. Can I use it in a rule? Okay, let's do it with player instead. Can I do this? Maybe. Yeah, seemingly. Ugh. Ugh, puzzle scripts. Why do you have rules like this? Okay. But that's also not a valid, like I couldn't have called it just that, no. Puzzle scripts. Why do you do this? And is a comma valid? Yes. And is that valid in here? Yes. But it wouldn't be valid here? Because the comma counts as white space. No. Puzzle script is so... So inconsistent. Why you do this to me? Why you do this to me, puzzle script? What does that mean? What should I call all these things? So we have identifiers, which are kind of like the purest form, the ones that can be used for object names or group names or whatever. Then we have this, which is like basically just a looser. I could call it like a. Like, what is allowed in here, what isn't? Like basically anything, except. Yeah, basically anything. So in theory, if I just take that and I put that here, is that allowed? No. Which part of that actually breaks that? Wait. Huh. I guess I have to like reduce this. Oh gosh, what have I done? So let's take that over. Reduce it to where the dollar is. That's allowed. Reduce it to where the thing is. Oh, hold on. Does that break it? I could check the source code to see what breaks it here. Is it the... Let's do up to the asterisk. Ah. That's fine. Also fine. Wait, when does this break then? Wait, it doesn't break. Was the syntax highlighting just weird, or was it not compatible? So no, that is a valid object name, sort of. It's a valid synonym, and it's valid down here. Oh, I hate it. It's awful. So we basically have three types of like identifier, or way of like referencing things, sort of. Not counting these, because that's an extra one. We have like what we're going to call like a pure identifier, which is all just like letters, numbers, but not in the first position, I think. Yeah. I'm just going to throw it in there because whatever. And underscores, but no like, oh no, hyphens allowed. Am I allowing hyphen currently? Is identified character? No. So that's a bug that I've got. I believe. So if we do like actually, what did that do? Objects. Oh, it probably... Okay. It made hyphen ground a synonym. Okay. Sure. But yeah, that's a bug then. That should be allowed. Let's check the puzzle script source code. Compiler. It's been a while since I looked at this. Am I looking? I might be looking at the wrong thing. I think I want to look at. There is a parser file, isn't there? Yeah, there is. Which I think has a bunch of like regex things in it. Oh yeah, here it is. So there's reg name. Does that get used for tripos name? Yeah, this is the thing. So what does reg name allow? Let's go back to that. What's there? Allows letters, numbers, underscore. Okay, so I've done something wrong here. It's not that it only allows letters, numbers, and underscores. It only allows letters, numbers, and underscores in the first position, and then afterwards allows no, wait, hold on. Because that's white space. So no. Huh. AU. Wait, where's V? I understand why V is missing, because V is like a keyword, but this isn't excluded from here. I guess there's just a separate error that, yeah, okay. This is weird. This does allow hyphens, seemingly. Or does it not? Am I incorrect about that? If I do this. Oh, wait, no. Oh yeah, this is fine. I just need to do... That's not allowed here. Why is it syntax highlight fine? Maybe because it's doing the same thing that my thing is doing and like treating that as yeah, like WA is a thing. Oh, I see. It is doing the same thing that my thing's doing currently. Oh. Something bad's happening in the legend, yeah. Right, okay. Well, that's fun. So hyphen LL is... I can't use that there. I could use that here. This is madness. But okay, I'm not wrong to say that identifiers are only letters, numbers, and underscores. The thing is, I'm not trying to be exactly matching puzzle scripts. I'm just trying to be compatible, mostly, and I don't mind breaking things where it kind of makes things a bit tidier. But I don't want to break things where it's like quite possible that somebody might have used a quirk. That's pretty funny. Okay. Okay, so what do I want to do? What was I actually going to do? I was going to see if I could replace... It was like these synonyms. They are not identifiers, they're something else. They're kind of like words in the sense that they can be anything, including commas. So word is probably the correct thing for that. Like, I guess that's a weird term, because that's clearly not a word. But whatever. But then we have an extra weird thing, which is down here. We can't have commas as part of the thing. So this is like another case. And wait, remind me, that is usable here or is not usable here? Not usable there, but is usable in the rules. Why you do this to me, puzzle script? So there's kind of three kinds of thing. There's like identifies words and then like comma-less words. But maybe I can just like treat them as words in the AST and just when I'm parsing deal with the fact that there might be commas, yeah, which is effectively what I'm doing right now. Okay, that's fine. So what I'm going to do is replace object synonym with words. Okay. So things are working right now, right? Let's commit the change I made. extras across all the files. Replace identifier nodes with identifier node. Okay, so then, yeah, so the similar thing is replace, so I'm gonna have word node. Hello, yes, indeed. And why am I doing it? Nobody knows. Not even me. Hey, Danga. Puzzle script parser in Rust, indeed. To be fair, somebody's already done it, so I'm sort of just repeating somebody else's work. But I sort of wanted to, they have done a more like transliterated version of it, where they've taken the existing source code and just rewritten it in Rust. Whereas I'm sort of just kind of going, imagine I wanted to parse the same kind of language, like almost identical, but I was writing it from scratch, and I could write it however I would prefer, and that's the approach I'm taking. Because then hopefully I'll prefer working with that. Okay, so we're going to have a word node, and we are going to then use that in a bunch of places. So in object synonym, we're going to replace you with word node. Because we know it's an object synonym because it's in the synonyms property of object node. That's totally fine. Word node. I think I'm happy with this change I'm making, but I'm not. I'm sort of doubting myself as I go, but whatever. So then somewhere in here there'll be some errors. Yes, there's no such thing as object synonym node anymore, but there is such thing as word node, which I might not actually need to import. So right now we are parsing words and then mapping them to, okay, so I no longer need to do the map. In fact, that means I can just do self password. But I need to change password, and this is the thing that's going to break everything, but it needs to happen, so we're going to have a line like this. How's he who watches, Danga? How's it coming along? Release date 2024. For those who haven't seen. This is going to be cool. I'm looking forward to this. I will absolutely play it when it's out. I like the visuals, I like the mechanics. I'm kind of interested in playing more dungeon crawlers, but I would love to know like what are the more puzzly ones. And this is clearly a very puzzly one. It's like doing portal chambers in a dungeon crawler, which is neat. Don't know if you remember talking about setting up the game state entirely in code versus things like Unity Raycast, right? Yeah, but I did redo it so much better. Nice. Okay, so you moved to a where you've got a model of the game state, and your Unity objects are like querying that model and updating that model, as opposed to just working on just operating on the Unity objects themselves. Nice. I'm glad. So did you notice specific bugs were removed by changing to that model, or is it just kind of nicer to program and nicer to do other things with? Nice to make levels with, maybe? Game state plus action equals new game states. Yeah, nice. That's cool. That is such a nice model for making turn-based puzzly things. What am I doing? Okay, so this needs to be a word node. So this is going to be a word node, and then we're going to have a nightmare of things to fix. I could probably tidy this up a bit. Maybe. I mean, I can easily tidy up this. Okay, so is that going to break a million things? Does it break anything else in here? It does. Expected tokens. Passing words. That's fine. I can easily just do that. And then span here. Cool. It's a design issue where I didn't want to have the player be able to move while other things were moving, but I also wanted to be able to skip this animation entirely for instant movement. Yes! You get instant movement out of it. Ah, yeah, it's like the hidden benefits of those kinds of things. Suddenly you have more control over when animations happen and how long they should run for and all that kind of stuff, and without it affecting the game state in potentially really buggy ways. Because if you're doing a game and you are just using the Unity objects and you're animating them and then you're querying the actual objects, what starts to happen when you start querying the state of objects while they're mid animation, and if you try and skip those animations, you cause game states that you otherwise wouldn't have. Nice. Be right back, folks. Brutal that new setup. So yeah, I was just thinking about how, because it is funny because ultimately you do end up needing to translate the model into, like, once you've got because like the way those engines work is that you have entities, and it's the entities that have models of, like, the other kind of model, like 3D models attached to them and all that kind of stuff. And so you have to kind of sync to the game engine's representation of state in order to move in. Like, almost the nice thing about like PuzzleScript, or potentially the thing I'm building, is that its internal model matches up with what you'd want from for a state-based, like a turn-based game. Obviously, actually, still beneath the hood though, there's like eventually something has to translate to, like, in PuzzleScript's case, like it's ultimately translating to drawing sprites on a canvas, and there is a bit that like loops through the grid, and effectively is like, it never creates an entity for each one, it just like draws each one, so it's kind of simpler. But like in my case, because I'm planning to do like 3D stuff, I'm going to need models, like 3D models. I'm going to need to attach them to entities that animate. I mean, I guess in theory you could avoid it. You could do it the PuzzleScript way and never have like entities that represent the objects, and just every frame, I think it'd just be terrible for like rendering performance, but every frame loop through the state and calculate on the fly what needs to get drawn, like which 3D models to draw where and in what part of that animation, etc. I mean, maybe it could be fine. I don't know. Something to think about later. So what I'm doing? Okay, so passing words is what I'm changing. So where else have I broken this? Here. So we're not going to have to map these anymore. So we can just do... So this is object color node. Colors probably shouldn't be words, but whatever. I'm going to stick with it for now. Password. That's fine. We just need to go to object color node. We'll do it for now. Word node. Okay. Yeah, let's fix that there. Any other words in here? Nope. Legend, any words here? No. Rules has got to have some words. No, it doesn't. Sounds, any words? Yes. Yes, okay. That's fine. That just needs to become span. That might be everything. Is that everything? Anything in here need changing? No. Object color node doesn't exist. Oh, that'll be in here. Yeah, correct. It does not. Cool. We've got words. Yeah, I'd actually be curious to see that, because when I was doing my where's that browser window gone? Where has it gone? Where's it? It's here. When I was doing my Oh No Wrong Room game, the animation play out. So like when I was doing this, I specifically made this game because I wanted to experiment with, I guess that's probably when we last spoke about it, is like, was I making this on stream? But yeah, like it's like a continuous platformer game, and but under the hood, the model, the game state model is just a 2D array of like where things are. And there were some And so this has animations as well, right? Like the thing drops, it's all neat. And the way that works is it like works out what the visual representation of this state would be, and the visual representation of the end states, and then just tweens between them. But what was I going to say? There were definitely interesting aspects to the animations that I hadn't considered. Like, for example, it's like an interesting thing is when I push and the animation's happening of the block falling, there's a question of what should the character sprite be doing while the animation is falling. And what I've ended up doing is something slightly hacky, but which felt right, which is that if I like continue holding down my key as I'm pushing, as the animation's happening, the character keeps doing a little pushing animation. But also if you let go, they stop. And I think if I let go and then, yeah, press again, they'll get back to pushing. So there's like the animation of whether the character's pushing, like doing the pushing animation, is decoupled from the animation of the thing falling. It's like just purely based on whether the key is pressed. Because that makes the game feel more responsive, right? If the player just got stuck pushing while the animation happened, that would feel weird. And if the player stopped pushing while the player was holding the key down, that would also feel weird. Because then if you were like pushing multiple blocks like this, they'd stop pushing while the block was falling. So yeah, I ended up just implementing that as like the state that affects whether the player is pushing. It's got nothing to do with the animation of the block falling. It's just entirely based on the inputs. Which is probably fine, but it just makes me think there's like probably some abstraction of that animation system where like maybe there are other things you want to run like that where it's not based on animations that are happening. Just of mind is that each entity is queried for how much time they expect the animation for their specific state change to take, and then the in-game entity is fed a start-end animation. Yeah, I think that's how it works for mine as well. For like, because like falling is an interesting thing with like gravity, because you have to work out. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what I do. Is I work out, given the starting velocity of 0, and given the distance I'm traveling, and given that my acceleration is some number due to gravity, figure out the end position and the end time, and then tween based on that. I think that's what I do. I ended up feeling pretty nice in here. The one thing that I'm not happy with, which you won't have an issue with because you have grid-based movement, one thing I'm not happy with is like if you like drop off an edge and then press undo, you go to a state where you were like on the edge. Because this is not to do with the state, like the game state stuff. This is to do with how the undo stack is handled. But like, there's clearly the undo stack clearly has a state on it, which is basically the player's like floating above the gap. And so when you press undo, you just fall back down. Whereas it should really take you back up onto the ledge. So that's one minor game feel thing that I wasn't super happy with. I think everything else ended up feeling pretty decent. Sorry, spoilers for my game. Actually, one other thing that I'm not happy with is, so I use the same timer. So like blocks don't push as soon as you hit them, because otherwise it becomes like oversensitive. It's like you're suddenly pushing blocks by accident. You have to like hold for 300 milliseconds or something like that. But that's also the case for moving down into a path that's been made on the floor. And I think for some people they like press down, they're like, okay, no, that doesn't work, and they move on. That's just because it's using the same timer. That, like basically, the going down to the thing is a push against the floor. And that was a mistake. However, that's not a mistake for like going into one sideways. Like if I did this, I think that's good that that still has the timer, because again, it would be oversensitive if you were walking around and pushed it. So I think the thing I didn't realize is that there's a kind of asymmetry to horizontal entering and vertical entering, in that horizontal entering needs the timer, because otherwise it becomes oversensitive. And why is that? That's just, I guess that's just because moving left and right is like standard. Like walking into a wall, pushing into a wall is something you would do all the time. But pressing down to a floor is not something you would do, I guess. Yeah. Anyway, those are the things that were left over. What's the weather like right now? I'm trying to think whether I want to go for a walk. Edinburgh weather. 23% chance of rain, which is not very high. Might go for a walk soon. What was I doing? Oh yeah. So I just did the word stuff. So yeah. So the only problem is now that my AST is like less clear about what things are. It's like word. Okay, what do you mean? Word. What do you mean? It's a color. And what I actually want to do there is, I think these should have their own AST node, because a color is like a very specific like format. But otherwise, I think I'm happy with that. Okay. So this is going to be similar to the other one. Source, place word like nodes with word nodes. Cool. Then there was another similar one to that. Strings. So this is effectively like a string node. It's just arbitrary. It can have like spaces in it. It can have anything in it. So right now my AST parser does not care about the format of this. It just takes it and whatever it is, just takes everything up to the end of the line. Another quirk of your animation implementation, player has a state change that has animation time. All other entities use their animation time, so other entities may slow down, speed up. Since related to the player animation, it just feels better. Interesting. So if another animation is happening, the player moves. Oh, I see. There's state chains. So I guess what other animations can be happening while the player is moving? Is it like if the player releases, I can't remember the mechanics, but like, can you like step off a button or something and that can cause something to change? But you make them both change in the same amount of time as the player moving. I could see how that could make things feel snappy. Player may move and that movement may release a button that causes the block to move. Right, okay, yeah. Right, so you're not like... Basically so that the player can just immediately move afterwards. Even though their default animation time is slightly different. Right, okay. I guess the other possibility there is although didn't you say that you're doing this, like skipping skipping animation. So you'd still let the other thing animate at its own rate, but if the player makes like another input, then you just quickly zoom the other animation to its end state, so that it's caught up effectively. Which is what I wanted to do. In fact, there's another thing that I didn't do in my thing. I'm going to bring it up again. I did have it implemented at one point, but it was too buggy, and so I decided to remove it because it wasn't important enough. But if you like push the thing off and then press like another direction, it doesn't skip the animation. I was originally going to make it skip the animation, but I decided against it because there are like kind of awkward things of like, okay, I think if you would like to hold right, it would be weird if it was skipping the animation. But if I were to like let go and tap right, should it skip? Like if I want to do a bunch of really, like it would be, I don't know, I'm not sure like when it should skip. Like definitely, I think definitely if I like were to push and then press left, I think it should skip and should allow the player to move left. But yeah, there were all sorts of like weird decisions about what to do, and I decided it wasn't important enough for the game to, like, there's not enough like long animations for it to matter. So yeah, I got rid of it. I can't remember if I left any of it in. Did I leave any animation skipping? I'm not sure. I don't think so. But yeah, I think I would, if I were doing it again, or if I were going further with it, I'd try and figure out how to do that. But it is kind of tricky. There's lots of weird cases, I think. Or at least it's tricky to figure out what all the cases are, just to kind of think about, in an abstract sense, how this animation system should work in all cases. Anyway. How many strings do I have in this thing? Like, they're just like arbitrary strings. They have spaces. They can't have... Oh yeah, actually, how does that work? They can't have comments? Or can they? Pass until trailing white space. What's that do? That'll be in tokens. No, so it'll read up to a comment. It's a bit of a slightly misleading name, but I guess it's hard to come up with names of stuff that's so random. So yeah. Now the problem is we're going to have another annoying puzzle script issue here, which is that like the title of a game cannot contain a comment. However, if I remember correctly, I love how I've just put this in here. Does the game still work right now with that gibberish? Yeah, it does. Okay, let's do after pushing a crate. Message. Can this contain... So you can do this. It can contain spaces. Can this contain a comment? Yeah. Yeah, it can. What if I put the comment at the end? Yeah, still allows. So you can't put a comment after a message. So despite looking very similar, like commands at the end of rules and the options at the top of a game, they actually behave differently, which is kind of annoying. That is kind of annoying. And in a sense, these are similar. Like the content of this token and this token are similar in the sense that they basically can contain anything. And like, why shouldn't it be allowed that people can put comments in a game name? However, if I were to allow that, then if somebody had ever made a game where they wrote a comment, which I definitely know exists, I can think of a specific one where there is a comment after the game name in the source code, suddenly that would become part of the game name, which I don't want. Inconsistencies. I think right now my code for this, for passing messages at the end of a rule, would not include the stuff after the brackets because I'm using the same code that I've used up here. Basically, this should actually use a thing that passes until the trailing white space. Because like, if you add extra white space there, does that count? I think not, right? That did nothing. Wait, so it's below the J and the S. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so it's kind of like what I actually want is a separate thing that is like pass until trailing white space or comment, which is kind of disgusting. But they both return string nodes, I guess. Or a text node, I could call it. String text. That's pretty annoying. Are there any two of those anywhere? Yeah, I think there's only the options at the top and arguments to rule commands. I mean, I could just keep them separate for now. Yeah, let's keep them separate for now. You can have your own special thing. Maybe. But it looks wrong. Preload option, identify preload option value. It does look wrong. Possibly some of these should be a bit smarter. Like right now, these are all just being treated as strings, and then only in the next stage of compiling do I check what's in them. I could probably be smarter at the parsing stage. I mean, for now, I could just make this. Okay, let's just do that for now. We are going to have a string node. So a bunch of these are all very similar things to each other, but the semantics of what can be contained within them is different. Obviously, I'm not actually enforcing that, but that's fine for now. So string nodes, and so then we're going to have pass until trailing white space is going to turn string node instead of the other thing. So that is a span, and so I need to do string node span text. It's funny, I called it text there. Should we call it text node? Maybe text node feels better. Yeah. Yeah. Text node. So identifiers are letters, numbers. I mean, why don't I? Letters, numbers, underscores. Word node. Any non-white space, non-comment. Yes-ish. I'm going to say any non-white space characters. And then any characters. Okay. Or any non-breaking characters. Although maybe later I should support breaking characters. Okay. And what was I going to do? So, okay, so we've got text node, and then our pass. Which one was it that we changed? Pass until trailing white space. Returns a text node. Okay, so what was that broken and where? Probably quite a few things. Or not. Is it just broken here? Yeah, maybe. Okay, so in here we are going to change this to be a text node. Yeah, text node. Get rid of this. Text node. Oh, okay, so that's not used anymore. So then that can just be option value map or. Wait, do I have a map or on my result type? No. Pass until trailing white space. Oh, you return an option text node, not a pass result text node. I guess there can't be any diagnostics, but we should return the pass results just to be consistent with other things. Pass results source. Okay. Wait, why is that not erroring? Why is that not erroring? Don't I need this? Or why was that? What? Pass results. I'm confused. Is it just not? Let's just go through these errors one at a time. Oh, it's actually this. Can't find struct. Yes. Wait, option value. So now I just want to pass option value there, right? Yeah. So we can get rid of all of that. Okay. Unused. Now what's the issue? Oh. The bit of the code that I don't really want to be touching right now, but sure, I guess I gotta fix it. That's gonna break something else lower down somewhere. Yeah, here we go. It's text node. Okay, that fixed that. What else we? Okay, back over here. Expected option text node. Ah, okay. Huh, that's interesting actually. Yeah, okay, whatever. Oh yeah, because there are some that are not. Don't take arguments. Actually, am I not messing that up then? Wait. Oh. Right. Does that returns none if the length is none? Yeah, and we're trimming it. Okay, so okay. Where am I? No, this should be fine. I guess I just want to, yeah, okay, I just don't want that to be an option. I want it to be, yeah, I see what I'm doing wrong. Hold on. You're right, consume diagnostics. Diagnostics. Even though I don't think that ever has any diagnostics, but whatever, follow the pattern. So then this just needs to take a non-optional text node. I don't think I'm a fan of that. I'm not a fan of that. I want that to be optional. Okay. And then I want to do... Problem is I always have a text node here. Okay, well, okay, I'm going to do the simple thing for now. I am going to remove that. We're going to add another to it. Should be optional, or should better represent previous options with no arguments. That's fine. Oh. Oh, okay, that's fine. Just get rid of that. Self value. Okay. What are our errors now? Tell me. Okay, a lot. Rules. Right. So it's actually same thing for the rule thing. Yeah. I guess I'm just gonna accept this for now. Command argument. Oh, I've taken away one to do and added two, I think. This is bad. I'm actually kind of surprised that this just works. I mean, it doesn't. Consume diagnostics. Basically, it should be this, and then... no. Well, let some else. No, okay, let's do this properly. So, option, that. So I'm going to have to put this back in. Okay, let's just do this. Okay. Okay, back to this. So what we actually want to do is move this up. We're going to create a preload option no matter what, but it's going to start with value none. And then we're going to say if let some whatever, then preload option. Oh gosh, what have I just typed? Preload option value equals some option value. Okay, that works. Yes. So then same thing for the other thing, which was the rule. Basically, I need to get rid of this. This text node. Okay. Then similar thing here. It says arse results. I don't want to know what the arse result is. But yeah, same thing here. It's a if let some whatever rule command value equals some command argument. And the problem here is that I need to consume diagnostics. Okay. Any errors? There are probably some errors somewhere. In tokens, down here. Expected, that's got none. So, oh yeah, okay, so this is the error I was expecting earlier that wasn't showing up. Do I just want none? I really want with diagnostics, none. But we don't have any diagnostics. Okay, whatever. We'll just do none. It's fine. Pass results. Success. Text node. Yeah. Did I add an extra thing where I didn't need one? I did. Okay. Any errors? Still got errors. Back over here. Yep. Same over in here. Yep. Okay, looks like there's not going to be any errors. So now, if I go to the rules section, rule command, rule command, identifier, message, string, faf. Cool. And then over in the prelude bit should be the same. Identifier, string. Wait, I called it string. Oops, text. Okay. Okay, we actually did get rid of a TODO there, I think, did we? I'm not sure we did. Replace string-like nodes with string nodes. No, text-like nodes. Did this Bonfire Peak soundtrack just have like a mechanical sound effect in it? Hold on, let's go back. Wait, I swear there was. Going back again. Did I imagine it? I must have imagined it, okay. Or I heard something else, I guess, is more likely. Okay. Replace text nodes with text node. What would be next in our to-do list? Decide whether I want to do it versus... oh, didn't I say that one was already done? To do... wrong file. To do... You need keyword nodes in all cases. What do I mean by that? So this is a sound object trigger. I think this is just a incorrect thing now. I think so. Trigger directions. Yeah, I think that's wrong now, so that can just go. Yeah, I know that's never constructed. Collision layers. Would be nice if this was a dot reduce something. That's something I left yesterday. I might think about that later. Colors, handle errors. Like, okay. Am I even using the colors file currently? Apparently. Yeah. I guess I'm using it in the semantic analysis bit. Yeah, I am. Okay. But I think I want to completely reformulate how I'm doing colors. Maybe. Maybe. Also, what point should I convert them? Because like eventually they're going to get converted to bytes, which is what happens here. These colors all get, it's basically pass this hex into bytes, and then if it's not a named color, then it goes to this where we assume, well, we don't assume, well, we do assume that it begins with a hash, and we therefore assume that it's going to be something passable by this function, and we do the same thing. Should I do that during parsing? There are some things that I do pass. I think I kind of decided that I would basically pass as much as I can while reading through. As in, don't just take everything as like strings, but like if I know it's something more specific, like I know it's a color, and I could just pass it then and turn it into some bytes, just do it immediately, and then give the next stage less to do, I guess. And then the next stage can be more about, okay, so when I say next stage, there are two things happening here. There is the parsing stage, and then there's the semantic analysis stage. And what I'm saying is, should I do the color, like passing the color into bytes in the parser, and not leave it to the semantic analysis, and then leave semantic analysis to do things that is more about like things that reference each other across the AST. Like there's like a, because like the parser isn't really a great place to kind of like, oh, when I'm going through the collision layers, check if the wall object really exists, or check if wall hasn't appeared in multiple collision layers, whatever. Because the parser, while it is building with AST, it's not really the place to kind of go and look up like, oh wait, did I already see a wall earlier and so on? So I'd rather do that in the second stage. The question is, do I only do that in the second stage and pass colors in the parser? It sort of doesn't really matter. Like, I could do it either way. It does mean that some of my AST nodes are like more than just an AST node. Like the place where it's already doing that is like in sounds. I have like a sound number. So yeah, that's like SFX 10, right? And so that will have 10 in it. I guess is 10 even an option? SFX 8, and that will have 8 in it. I could, in theory, have just left that until later. But I think parsing it early is nice. Same here with sound seed. Objects.rs handle these edge cases. Oh gosh, what are the edge cases? Wrong file. Handle these cases. Oh, they're not edge cases, sorry, just cases. Blank line should end sprite parsing. Line that is very different to sprite row should end. Okay, so this is to do with when to actually abort parsing a sprite versus not. What, so right now I don't abort? I must do. Yeah, I do. So that, I think that one's wrong. Line that is very different to sprite row. That's like a very non-specific thing. I think what I was thinking is that it would be kind of nice that if, like, you know, let's say there was like an extra pixel on here. I should choose a better example that isn't all messed up. But like, so target here, that's a valid object sprite. If, let's say somebody does that, it'd be nice if it didn't break the parsing of these. If it was like, okay, there's clearly an extra thing there, but we're going to continue parsing and go down to the next line. Now, I think right now that won't work. Parse sprite row. Yeah, I've got some more to-dos around similar things. So if there's extra stuff after the 5 pixels. Also, what if there's less? While pixel count is less than 5, do this. Do we not even add a diagnostic for that? I don't think we do. Okay, so this all needs cleaning up. So right now, if we did read more than 5, well, it would just stop. I think it would actually have worse problems, right? It would stop, it would get past that, then it would do that. No, it would just say unexpected text. And then we do still return the sprite row. So actually, I think that works fine right now. Basically, the decision about whether to continue parsing can be deferred to this thing, this function, and whether it returns a node or not. If it's like, if it does return a node, then we can go, okay, there might be some problems in that node, but we'll continue parsing anyway and expect to see the next row. If that doesn't return a node, then it'll be like, well, this function believes we're no longer parsing sprite rows, so we should probably just get out of here. I think right now I'm just doing a bunch of thinking about some of these to-dos. Okay. Yeah, that's a similar one. Parser rules.rs. To-do. Oh yeah, so I did already have a to-do about how messages should be able to contain comments. Yeah, okay. Wait, but no attribute should be fine. Yes. Yes? So how does this work? Parse list with delimiter. If it sees none, what does it do? I think it's fine. Wait. How many times do we return here? We only return once. So this is fine. What am I saying? I think no attributes is fine. Let's find out, I guess. So in my game file, let's go to let's make a new rule, which is just going to be like let's do late player. Player, this is the classic rule. Player can push crates. But I'm doing it as a late rule just to test something. So, where is that? Here it is. Rule, late, player, moving crate, moving crate. So then if I remove the late, I think this will just work. I think I'm wrong about my to-do item here. Oh, okay, yeah, of course it ran quickly. Here. Yeah, it works fine. Okay, nothing to do. It's always good to have a to-do where there is nothing to do. Oh, look, I can also replace this. This probably changed at some point. I can replace that with self. Pass one of keywords. I think that works. Ta-da! Wait, do I not need that? Oh, I don't need that. Okay. I think I've been doing that in a few places where I didn't need to do it. Maybe I haven't. Let's do git grep. I've done it in one place. Objects. In the file I'm in. So I'm saying that's not necessary. Yeah, that's not necessary. Okay. So I think I did just do a bunch of stuff where I got rid of some to-dos that are no longer relevant. Yeah. Remove obsolete. How do you spell obsolete? Obsolete. To-dos and I'll do. Okay, what's my to-do list looking like now? Oh, it fits on one page. I mean, it's been fitting on one page for ages. And I'm only aiming to get rid of all the parser ones. I might get rid of the RNG one as well at some point. To be honest, I think that to-do is also wrong. It was like a question I left for myself. It's not wrong. The question's fine. I think the answer is no. Or this always returns a list node. So should list node fields really be optional? There's a kind of like question here of like, what does it mean if a list node, if I've got like an optional list node, if it's none versus having a list node that's empty? To me, it would mean, the difference would mean like we managed to pass the list node, but there just happened to be nothing in the list, versus we failed to pass the thing. But what does it even mean to fail to pass a list if it can have nothing in it? Because wouldn't we always just assume that we want to pass the next thing? Okay, I'm going to leave that TODO there. That's fine. I think I'm going to go for a walk. Then I might do some more stuff later. Alrighty, folks. Yes, more to do splatting later. Alright, see you in a bit. Goodbye. Thanks, dang it. Bye-bye.